welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, earning a degree from a respectable university is no easy task in its own right. For many young students, external factors add to the pressure and challenge of graduating.
Things like financial constraints, social adjustment, depression and anxiety all affect a student's journey. And this afternoon, we're joined by three inspiring young women who recently graduated from UCT, each within their own unique set of challenges. But welcome to Nompilo Zungu, Ayanda Mazibuga and Mabatu Matlala. Welcome to the lab.
Welcome, ladies.
Congratulations, Mazel Tov.
Okay, firstly, you didn't just get I studied a Bachelor of Arts, and when my dad told everybody, what are you studying? He said Bachelor of Arts, a BA, it stands for bugger all. He was wrong, obviously.
It is
but
valid.
Now you ladies really did study quite impressive degrees. Why don't you tell everyone what you studied?
I did a BSc in Human Physiology and Anatomy. Yeah.
I did a Bachelor of Commerce specializing in politics, philosophy and economics. Yeah.
I did BCom Economics and Finance and BCom Honours in Financial Analysis and Portfolio Management.
Wow, guys. Congratulations. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
And coming out of a university like UCT that is as brilliant as it is, and earlier on Mamukhet explained about its complexities, what has been your journey to graduation? It hasn't always been easy. What are the adjustments that all of you had to go through?
For me, firstly, it was a culture shock coming from home, having everything depending on my mother, my family, church, everything here, and then coming to this place where I had to be just independent, everything on my own, having 2 jobs, doing my final year and getting my degree at the same time. It was all just a culture shock and just, a huge transition from being mama's baby and then this woman all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
You had 2 jobs in your final year.
I had 2 jobs last year, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My journey at UCT filled with so many emotions, very exciting as well, because I can't leave that out. And a lot of high highs and a lot of low lows. And I think the difficult part was explaining or finding the language for the low lows. How do I explain anxiety, or how do I find the language to actually explain how I need to negotiate with academic pressure and my mental health. And I think what was great, what came out of it is it's such a blessing that we live in a time where we can share our experiences and we're normalizing the conversation around mental health and how important it is to talk about it. So, yeah.
Wow. And yourself?
Wow, mine, it was hard to adapt to the changes with Cape Town. I mean, coming from Skukune was just us, Babedi, into a diverse society. It was a lot. It got to a point where my parents even asked for my timetable so they can ask in between lectures just to ask if I'm still fine. Because having to deal with the diversity of people around here, I'm used to being in my comfort zone. Back at home, just us, Babedi, and then to UCT, it's huge on its own, different people from all over. And I was forced to step out of my comfort zone and interact with people. I mean, if you get lost in the morning, you're forced to go to someone and ask, where is this building? Where is that? And then it was massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of support structures did you have while you were studying?
If any.
Yeah, which is valid, right?
Yeah,
which is valid. In terms of the actual institution, I think those support structures, I didn't personally pursue them because I didn't know about them, right? Yeah. So I had to rely on friends, family, even just people that share the same experience with you. You might not know them that well, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is an elephant in a room for me always, but what about the reality of young black students who are committing suicide at UCT, and increasingly, what do you think is contributing to that?
So many people not handling
to that experience. And I mean, there's so many things about education that one doesn't realize when you're in high school and you can't wait to go to varsity and get that degree. There's so many socio-cultural complexities that affect your experience of studying. And what do you think are those issues at UCT?
I think it's the pressure. I mean, coming to UCT, we obviously know that if you're accepted in UCT, you have been an exceptional learner from your high school. And then now everyone is looking at you. They still expect the same performance from you. But you get to UCT, it challenges you. And you get to a point where it's your first time failing. And that really kicks you. Sometimes, because you've never failed before, you don't know how to bounce back from it. And that could, like, it's a challenge on its own. You don't know how to bounce back, and sometimes don't even know the channels, like where to go when trying to get up.
Yeah.
You don't really know how to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from parents, they also still expect the same performance. If your parents have
level.
never been to university, then they would expect the same performance out of you. Your friends at home, the people in your community still expect an A student out of you. But then UCT will challenge you.
But it's such an important point because it raises the question then, are schools preparing students enough for university?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like there's a huge gap between high school and university. Especially, I think we all did, is it NSC? But we didn't do CAPS. So that's like, there's like a huge gap between
Wait,
our
what's
curriculum.
NSC and CAPS?
It's like different curriculums, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so CAPS is, they're like a step forward compared to our curriculum. So there's that gap. And also, I feel like there's just a huge difference in the kind of challenges they face in high school. They face kind of harder challenges than the kind of challenges we faced because we're kind of spoon-fed, and they have like harder curriculum. So there's like that academic gap, and also some other challenges. I think it's just there's like financial constraints, and when you have like financial issues, that raises so many other problems. Even though there's supports like for me and Matabo, there was ProMats that supported us financially. There's like mentoring
But it also can create a
structures.
social exclusion that can bring a lot of loneliness and isolation.
Yeah.
And stress. I think, like, if I don't have money for something, then it
There's
literally
that
grows
stress.
on
Yes,
me.
exactly.
That it's debilitating to then, you know, free your mind and to focus on what you're supposed to focus on.
There are just so many complex things that you have to navigate.
Exactly.
It's
Sure,
quite
but
difficult.
listen, but
Congratulations.
against all odds, congratulations, really.
And you guys moved through Fees Must Fall. You were at the university at one of the most historical points of its journey.
That was quite exciting.
Yeah.
As well.
We're so proud of you. Well done.
Thank you so much.
We're going to have you back on this couch when you're like the most successful female leaders in South Africa. Okay.
Presidents.
Yeah, good. It's achievable. Remember that it is achievable.
Very.